He showed Paul this photo and said, "You are riddled with tumours all over." And he said, "There really isn't anything anybody can do." It was the 24th of June, and he said to Paul, "You won't see Christmas."
Researcher, cook, advocate, the second opinion at every appointment. The wife behind the longest living mesothelioma patient, Sue Kraus. Doctors gave her husband Paul just months, but Sue helped him live 27 years. This is her story.
And so I drove to the hospital to pick him up. He just looked 20 years older than he was. I remember to this day driving home, and I absolutely felt like I'd hit a brick wall. The next morning, well, we didn't sleep much that night. He said to me, "I truly don't believe this is my time. I do not believe that I'm meant to go now." I think that gave him the impetus to absolutely work on whatever he could to stay well. We were at the retreat within a month of Paul being diagnosed. A lot of the people there had undergone other therapies and had got to the point where doctors had said there's nothing more we can do. But we got there much faster because we didn't try anything else. Well, we learned all the intricacies of a cancer diet. Paul learned how to meditate. We learned the power of the mind, the power of forgiveness. By the time we'd finished there, I came back. I was ready to clean out my pantry. Every bit of processed food was out. And I bought all whole foods, nuts, seeds, flowers, dried fruit, legumes, peas. And then on the weekend, I would go to the organic farmers market and I would get all the fruit and vegetables for the week. Cancer diet is another whole level. When you are looking at something meat-free, dairy-free, low in sugar, low in fat, and low in salt, it's a big learning curve. But it's not insurmountable. You can gradually do it. One of the doctors said, "I would stop punishing yourself. Go out and have a beer, chips, and a steak for lunch." Well, Paul had to get me out of there quick because I was ready to kick him under the table. It's a change over your whole life. It's not ever going to be just one thing. Paul would always say, if you're not putting the right fuel in, you really don't have much of a chance to start with. That was one of the main reasons he was willing to change his diet so thoroughly. We knew a number of people who they wouldn't change their lifestyle in terms of diet. That's like, I'll exercise and I'll take lots of vitamins. Sadly, none of them did very well. So I think you've got to change your diet first. I think what a lot of people would do these days is resort to the internet. You've been given a diagnosis of something that you really don't know very much about. The doctor may not have been very helpful. And I think that it's very important to gather as much information as you can. And I was going to say, I should give Paul's book a plug here because on the internet, the information, there's so much. How do you narrow down what is really valuable? And it's far better to be able to read the experience of someone who's gone through it rather than just the medical scientific knowledge about mesothelioma. And Paul's book actually covered all of the aspects. You know, he did diet, he did meditation, he did the power of the mind. Everything is in there. From one of the chapters is the first time you meet your oncologist. What are the questions to ask? Diet. It's what we've been coming back to all the time. You can't create a healthy body without putting in the best possible fuel for that body. It's not really that difficult, and it's certainly, to me, the place to begin.